I'm personally a fan of Pittsburgh paints. This is an ultra exterior. This has got a semi-gloss to it. I do like these paints. They go on really well. I've had really good luck with them, so I continue to buy them. You can get them at Menards, I do know of. That's where I picked mine up. Again, Menards is my second home, away from home, and they've got about everything. But they definitely have some good paints, and Pittsburgh's one of them. So we're going to use this. This is just a white. It's going to be used on the top, and we're going to go ahead and paint that on. Alright, so we've got all the paint on here on the outside. What we're going to be doing next is painting in the chrome strip or the gray colored strip in the center that divides the white up from the teal color. So I'm going to start taping that off so that I can slowly paint that in. I'm going to paint that in first with a hand brush paint, and then I'm going to go back and do a chrome, hopefully, over the top of it. Don't know if it'll work or not, but we're going to see, and you guys just watch the time lapse of me putting tape on and putting some paint on. As you can see, I have everything taped off so I can spray a chrome line all the way around it. So we're going to do that next, and you guys, well, you just get to watch. And that's how we add chrome around the trailer. Have a little touch-up to do right down here. I'll do a little bit of white. Overall, this looks pretty cool. Alright, what we're working on here is the door. I'm going to be putting in a hatch down at the far end so that the birds can come in and out. It'll look like a little dog door. And I'm skinning it out with some boards here. But you guys can, again, watch another time lapse of me putting this together. So as you can see, we've already got the door put on right here. This is what the door looks like. And it has a chicken door here at the bottom where they can get in. There'll be a latch right here where I'll continue the silver stripe across. Just haven't gotten that part yet, but we're going to install the windows next on this side and put a little plexiglass window in here, so that way when we want to close it up for the winter, we can close it up and keep them warm and keep them from getting cold or drafty or anything like that. Okay, as you can see here, this is our opening, and I know you're way down low, but I do not have you guys up really high. This is the window. As you can see, it's wood, it's painted with chrome, so it looks chrome. But we also put a hinge on this, and this is a piano hinge, which will be protected from the weather when we put our awnings on. I've already got some pre-drill or pre-marked holes that I'm going to need to drill out. So we're going to drill those holes out next, and then we're going to start putting the screws in on these hinges. Got an extra long bit here. Find where that hole is. Now that we've got it screwed in, this allows us to shut the window, and then we're going to have a latch on it to keep it closed. Another thing we're going to do is put wire screen in here so the chickens can't get out and nothing can also get in. So these are the awnings that I made. They're just pieces of wood, got a framework. As you can tell, there's nothing fancy about them. Then we're going to go back and we're going to put caulk around the top edge of this, so when the rainwater comes down, instead of it getting into that hinge where the window is, it's actually going to hit here and drop right off the front of this awning. All right, we have our windows here, and what I've already done is I've taken the awning and I set it up above where we want it, and then I put marks where the inside line of the awning is going to be on both sides. I'm going to pre-drill some holes through so that I can run lag screws back out. So I'm going to go ahead, drill these out, and then we'll go ahead, and then after that we'll connect it to the wall. So as you can see, I have the window tilted out, and I have a clamp in here, so I'm going to go ahead and run the lag screws from the inside out to screw into this awning. What do we have? We have the chicken coop camper with all the awnings on, all the windows are on. Let's take a little detour around the side here. So if you go around here, you can see, and you see we have the side on. I don't have the paint right here yet. I'm going to work on that one of these days. But we're getting rain right now, so I don't want to put that on. But anyway, but all the windows are in, they're all sealed up, caulk is done, so we're making progress. So the next step is we're going to go to the inside of the chicken coop, and we are going to open this door, go inside, and now we're going to take what's under that right there, which is insulation, and we're going to start putting insulation in the walls and put up our whiteboard to fit along the walls, so that way when we go to wash it out, we'll have plastic up there and we'll have it caulked all the way around. So all you got to do is wash it out the back, out the hatch. Today's supervisor. That's right. Here's the supervisor checking out the good old project here. So Cookie Monster, what do you think? Think it's going along all right? It's taking too long, I know. So as you know, here's the camper. Here's the project we've got so far. You know, got the awning and the windows, but you know, there's something missing. There's just something not here that needs to be here. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So as you can tell, there's something still missing, but I think we figured it out. Every camper needs clearance lights. They need an outdoor light. And they also not only need that, they also need taillights. So we purchased taillights and everything, and these will come on at night and light up around the trailers. As we've said, we're putting these lights on, and they're pretty simple wiring. These are a 2-wire. You've got your ground, and then you've got your lead wire that goes out to your light. These are the side lights that go on the side of the camper, so that way they stick on and you have some light outside. You got an option of 2 different lenses. You can either go clear, you can go with the bug kind. It comes with screws on that one. Again, easy wiring, just 2-wire, pretty simple. It does have a flip switch on the outside, so if you say you want the one on the other side, since we'll have 2 of these, you want the one on the back side to be on but the one on the front side to be off, you can do that. This is the tail light. It comes with 3 wires because of course tail lights have a ground, and then you've got one of the wires does the dimmer light, and then the other one, or your running light, and your other wire does your brake light or turn signal light. So we're only going to hook up one of those wires, but we're going to go ahead and run all the wires to the control box, because in the future I have a plan with some of these, and I think we'll have some fun with it. Welcome back to Macy Acres. As you can see, we have a vintage camper here, but it's not your typical vintage camper. Of course, it has cool little running lights, has these awnings, has tail lights. If you come around here, you look, it's got this little hatch. Now the other side of this looks exactly the same with this hatch door you can open up. But the cool thing about this is that it has windows that open. Again, the other side looks exactly the same. But what did I build? This is the new chicken coop. As you can see, got nesting boxes that are French cleated onto the walls. You just lift those out and you can dump them to clean them. The floor is a waterproof vinyl floor. The walls are waterproof plastic, so that way they you don't get them all dirty and nasty. You can wash them all down. We have a jailbird area here. If one of the birds become, a problem, we can have them in their own little area. Got little door latches here to latch shut. You can also divide it, so if we get some little baby chicks, we can divide it up, put baby chicks on one side, the jailbird on the other. Got screens over all the windows so that we can pop the windows open in the summertime. We're also going to work on another little project with those, but we'll talk about that down the road. We, of course, have our vintage Coleman cooler. Those were very popular back in the 80s and 90s. Coleman lantern, which actually works. Pretty cool. It has lights in here. We've got a perch area for the birds that when you decide that you want to wash this thing out, you can actually lift this up, chain it, and it gives you all this space in here in order to clean it out. But that's not the coolest part of cleaning this camper out. We'll show you that next. So this chicken coop camper was designed to be able to be easily cleanable. And what I mean by that is we added these plastic sides to it, of course, and they're caulked all the way around. So that way no water can get between the floor, which is waterproof, and the wall. It's designed that way. And of course, we showed where these can come off and be taken out. The wall boards that go down these walls right here do not touch the floor, so they don't soak water up into them. You can wash them down, the water will all drip down to the floor. Now, you can tilt the camper back a little bit and run the water to the back, and I'll tell you why this is a cool thing to do. Because if you go right over here and see that there's this little latch, it's a rubber latch, looks like one you'd find on a Jeep. Flip around to the other side, Polly's making all kinds of noise. You undo this latch, and the whole bottom opens up all the way across. So that will allow you to brush everything to the back of the camper. You can tilt the camper up in the front, run the water in here, scrub and wash it out, and it all goes to the back. It's really easy because what you can do is just throw a tarp on the ground. Take an old tarp, throw it on the ground, brush everything off onto it, and then scoot it out of the way. Then you can wash the inside of it out. It's really kind of cool. Of course, the other side of the camper has a door over here. You can run your run out the one side. You can enter through the other. If you need to change it around and run a run that way instead, you can do that. This thing has so many different ways you can do it. So now you're probably wondering, how is all the lighting working? Well, we have AC power that comes in, and there's a plug out in the front of the trailer. You plug that in, it runs into here. This is a temporary timer I've put in here. I'm going to put a different timer in. But that is plugged into a computer power supply. This computer power supply puts out 12, 5, and 3.3 volt of electricity. Well, all I did was jumper over the on switch that you would typically have on a motherboard on a computer. I jumpered that over and ran 12 volt out of this little power supply. Now, some people are thinking, man, is that enough? Is it overkill? What is it? Well, it's a little bit of overkill because I did do a test to see how much power is actually pulling, and that is powering the lights on the outside. It's also powering the lights on the inside here, and any extra lighting that we put in the future that's low voltage will also be powered off of there. Currently, right now, we're only pulling about 2 amp on 12 volt DC, so there's not much of an amp load there. The AC amperage that we're pulling into here, we're pulling less than half of an amp of power to power the entire camper with the lighting. And that's with the lights all the way up. Now we dim these down, but these lights can get super bright in here, as you can see. And we can make this camper really bright if we need to come in here and do anything. Or we need to dim it down for the chickens at night. We can run them all the way down dim. And then the chickens can come in here and they can nest. And the lights will go out at a certain time. So as you can see, this chicken coop's got some pretty cool features to it. As time goes on, we can add more French cleats on the walls and add more shelving or perches if we need to, move all the boxes to one side, add layers in there where the chickens can get up, maybe add another, some kind of perch thing like this on the side. We can do that because we can put French cleats in there. And French cleats are a great idea. It's something that I want to do in my garage as well, so I can build stuff to hook it in. But if you look around, it's a pretty cool little camper. Once again, guys, thank you for watching us here at Macy Acres. We appreciate you. If you haven't liked or subscribed to our channel, like and subscribe. As I always say, we're going to try to put out more videos, but you know, life gets busy and it's hard for us sometimes to get some stuff out, but we plan on doing some things this winter. I plan to get back to working on the Scooter the Scout and maybe some other chicken stuff every once in a while, but we might even run some podcasts put together or video blogs or something of that nature. So again, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.